This is Aman, your subject matter expert for automobile engineering. Now let's have a quick glance for our topic 3D computer graphics for shape design and modeling. So basically we'll start off with how and what computer graphics is and how it enables and benefits us when we use it in our day-to-day life in case of auto industry. So we start off with computer graphics. Computer graphics can be used for educational presentation and visualization. It is an ideal means to teach any discipline that could use visual presentation. Everyone needs visualization because it is the most natural way in which people view the world. It represents an excellent choice for presentation, visual presentation in studying and teaching, as well as in information transfer. We all are familiar with the expression which says that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Talking about the engineering animation, it is widely used as a presentation technique. It can present an important link between an idea and its realization, like building a model or an object, or something else like you're building a car or its intricate designs. Engineers always needed a method to explain a project to the public, especially to the potential investor, without whose support the project would have no chance to be realized. The method of presentation changed through history, from drawing impressive scale model to multimedia digital object display as of now. The goal of every presentation is to give plenty of information about the project. Hence, in this, engineering animation plays a vital role in providing the amount of information a person can analyze or a person can learn by reading a paper or a book, but he can learn more while using engineering animation. A high-level presentation is not only easy to comprehend regardless of the level of viewer's education, but also it should impress the potential sponsors. So, well, that's part of the introduction part. So coming to our main topic, like what exactly do we mean by 3D modeling? So as of this time, every computer rendered image requires three essential components. The first one, a 3D screen description. Second, one or more sources of light. And the third, the viewing from the screen. The scene description is typically composed of one or more models or 3D structures. Typically we think of a model as a standalone part. For example, a pencil or a tree. Now moving on to the next part, what exactly is in 3D modeling and what are the steps in 3D modeling? So the first step of 3D modeling is model structure. So what exactly do we mean by model structure? The structure is basically a structural description which gives a part or a geometry of a part. It tells us where the object is in space or it is not. Let us have an example. If we imagine a car hovering in a space in front of you, now if you freeze the time and look at each and every molecule in the atmosphere, generally you will feel like each molecule will be a part of material of the car. Hence, if you start painting every air molecule around the car, then you will have a new description of the car down to the precision of the molecule of the environment. The result of this thoughtful experiment has many of these properties of 3D models which can be used in computer's graphics. Basically, it is conceptually straightforward if it is bulky like in a huge amount, and it has a very limited precision. For example, we can say most of the computer programs use built-in calculation hardware in today's computer. So some modeling methods are very close to this approach. They create points in space and level it empty or full. So first method attempt to describe a model abstractly. Hence for this, the example that a car is basically a thick cylinder with 2 to 4 wheels aside is simple a diagram, like when we see a child, or when we talk to a child and tell like, okay, you have to draw a car. So basic, he will draw a car with assumptions of 4 wheels and a bit of chassis. So that's how the model structure is being described. Now moving on to the model appearance part, the other part of every model is the surface description. This boils down to describing the physics of how the surface of the model interacts with it. Happily, it turns out that physics are driven with a very few descriptive terms that have intuitive meanings for us, such as color, shininess, and transparency. The two models in which the 3D modeling is basically done, that is by images and simulation. So there are two principal reasons for building 3D model on the computer, that is image making and simulation. These two procedures are very look-a-kind, or we can say similar, but they typically have different goals. Image making requires models that look good. They need to be sufficiently complex that they aren't boring to the eye, and sufficiently realistic to pass convincingly as a good description of a real shape. Let us say a small child on an age group with an age of 5 draws a car, and a 3D instructor draws a car. So you'll find a detailing difference will be there between both. Even though if a beta guy draws a car and 3D graphics guy draw a car, there will be some detailing differences. Hence, in this 3D modeling plays an important role, and thus it realizes that the potential investor should be much more realistic to the project, and the project should look much more realistic to them. The ultimate arbiter of the model's quantity is the person who looks at the picture. As if the picture seems realistic to it, then it is a very easy chance that the project investor would like to apprehend the project on a further note. But if it doesn't seem realistic, or if it doesn't suit the mindset of the people or the project investors, then it's a very hard part on them. Secondly, simulation. So basically, like around the world, like whatever we do, like we cannot do the work of 20-30 people, or we cannot do a work continuously for 24 hours. Hence, in this, simulation plays a very important role. So simulation requires models that are accurate. Some simulations test two models mathematically to see if they are together within some tolerance. The result is simply a yes or no, rather than an image. Consider a simulation that tests the strength of a car roof conditions of heavy rain. It's critical that the simulated car roof has exactly the intended shape in order to determine how much rain will roll out of the slides. An air wing also must be modeled with high accuracy if we expect to learn anything meaningful about its lift characteristics than actually built. Some models are the result of simulation, given a computer-controlled drill, a block of wood, or a program of drill. The other one, which we find very appropriate and which is very nearer, is the interactive and approximate value approach. So this approach for making models that just needs to look good. The other is slower and precise, appropriate for model that must be accurate. Of course, there is a huge overlap between these two different systems, since many model uses images that needs to be very precise, and sometimes simulation just needs something close as a stand-in position or a starting point shape. So this is the first part of 3D computer graphics for design, shape design and modeling. I'll be later sending you the other two related audios of this. That's all for today.